You are not the main character. You know this. You know it even if I don't say it, but let me say it, because knowing and realizing are not the same thing. There's a movie in your head. You are the main character in that movie. There, you say everything right. You make your entrance at the right moment. You make the right decision. No one can silence you. Now look at real life. In the last 3 days, how many times did you not speak? How many times did you form the right sentence, but not say it out loud? How many times did you think, I should have said this? How many times did you watch someone treat you a certain way and not make a sound? You stayed silent. You were right, but you stayed silent. You were ready, but you stayed silent. You wanted to be seen, but you stayed silent. Now realize this. Staying silent is not a choice. Staying silent is a reflex. It has become so deep that you're no longer deciding, you're just reacting. Someone enters. You wait. Something happens. You analyze. Time passes. You're still. Waiting. Oh, you know what you do while waiting. You justify yourself. They wouldn't have understood anyway. If I say it now, it'll be unnecessary. It's not the right time. But you don't ask this question. Does the right time ever come? It doesn't. You know this too. So what if you had never waited? What have you gained by waiting so far? When what you're waiting for arrives, what will change? There is no answer. Or rather, what are you waiting for? Because what you're waiting for is not coming. Now I'm going to tell you something. In this video, I'm not going to teach you something new. In this video, I'm not going to motivate you. In this video, I'm not claiming you're going to change. But here's this. If you look in the mirror after this video, and if you are honest, you will realize something you already know. And what you realize will disturb you, because what you will realize is this. You are not the main character of your life, and no one but you is responsible for that. It's not that you lack talent. It's not that you're unlucky. It's not that you're not good enough. The reason is this. You're waiting to step onto the stage, but the stage is not waiting for you. So why? Come with me. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting for something to happen instead of doing it yourself? Why are you waiting for the other person to make a move instead of making it yourself? Why are you waiting for the right moment while the right moment passes by? Is this a habit, or is it a fear, or is it both? And most importantly, what will you do when you realize this? Now think about this. There's a version of you in your head. That version speaks very clearly. That version sets boundaries. That version is not afraid of rejection. When that version enters a room, everyone notices them. That version is not real, but you think it is. You're waiting for that version. One day I'll become that, you say, but that day never comes, because that version doesn't exist. It's waiting for you to bring it into existence. What is real is this, your current self, the one reading this right now, the one feeling uneasy right now, the one thinking, all right, I can turn off this video. That one has to be the main character, but that one refuses to be the main character. Do you know what they do while refusing? They say, I'm not ready. I need to learn a little more. Let this thing finish then. I need to give myself a little more time. Constant preparation, constant waiting, constant when I become. But they don't ask this question. When will I become? Which day? Which hour? Under what condition? Where? There's no answer, because there is no such moment as when I become. That moment will not come, because that moment is the rejection of this moment. Waiting is not a strategy. Waiting is a way to legitimize staying a spectator. Now stop. Think. How many years have you been waiting? How many years have you been saying, I'm not ready? How many years have you been accepting being an extra in someone else's life? There's nothing to learn here. There's something to realize here. This is affecting your life. You're sitting with someone you love. The room is quiet. There's something you need to say. Something important. Your heart is beating fast. Your throat tightens. You repeat the sentences in your head. The right timing. The right tone. Then you don't say it. You wait for the other person to open a door, to ask a question, to give a sign. But the question doesn't come. The sign doesn't come. The words stay inside. The topic changes. The moment dies, and you feel ununderstood, but you didn't speak. Now stop. Is there a single moment in the last month where you didn't do this? Think. You don't need to answer. Just notice. This is the first reason. You live your life like a conversation you haven't been invited to. You wait for a signal. You wait for permission. You wait for the world to say come to you. But the world doesn't know what you're waiting for. The world sees silence and reads silence as absence. You are absent because you didn't show up, and here you are, still waiting. This is exactly what you do. But what if waiting isn't the problem? What if waiting is a solution? What if by waiting, you're actually protecting something? What is it you want to protect? Which image of yourself are you unwilling to break? You're in a meeting, a group of people, a decision is being made. You have a better idea, more logical, clearer, but you don't speak. You watch others speak. You hear worse ideas. You watch the wrong decision being made. And you stay silent, because speaking means being seen. Being seen means being judged. Being judged means risking the quiet, thoughtful, calm image. You protect your silence. But while protecting your silence, you kill your impact. Think of the last work meeting, or a group of friends. Is there a moment you didn't speak? You had an opinion but didn't say it. Now remember that moment. Just remember. This is the second reason. You mistook comfort for safety. Your inner world is comfortable. Your thoughts are familiar. As long as your potential remains potential, it's safe. The moment you take a step, you can't control the outcome. You can't control how you'll appear. and loss of control feels like danger. So you choose to wait. Waiting is familiar. It hurts, but it's familiar. This is exactly what I do. At the end of the day, you're alone. You replay the moments you didn't speak. I should have said this, you say. I should have done that, you say. In your head, you're brave. In your head, you're respected. In your head, you're the main character, and you feel relieved because in your head, no one can reject you. In your head, you always win, but you're alone, and the real world continued without you. Now think, what did you replay in your head last night? Which moment? Which word? Which I should have said? Did that moment actually happen? Or did you only win in your head? This is the third reason. You rewrite the real world in your head. There, everything is perfect. There, everything is under your control. There, no one can hurt you, but there, no one sees you either, and you want to be seen, but you avoid being seen. This is exactly what I do. This pattern is everywhere. In relationships, you wait for the other person to make the first move. You wait for them to show interest. You wait for them to prove they're safe. Then you say, why doesn't anyone love me? At work, you wait for someone to notice you. You wait for what you deserve to be given to you. You wait for the right project to come along. Then you say, why am I not being seen? In family, you wait for the past to be resolved. You wait for them to change. You wait for them to understand you. Then you say, why can't I form a connection with yourself? You wait for the anxiety to go away. You wait for confidence to come. You wait for the right me to emerge. Then you say, why do I feel like a stranger to myself? In your career, you wait for a promotion to be offered. You wait for the right time to come. You wait until you have enough experience. Then you say, why am I not progressing? In your social circle, you wait to be invited. You wait for others to bring up the topic. You wait for the environment to become suitable for you. Then you say, why am I alone? You wait, you wait, you wait. Why? Come with me. Now look at the cost. The cost is not failure. The cost is absence. The cost is having zero impact for an entire lifetime. Your potential being buried with you. People defining you as a good person, a quiet person, a thoughtful person, but never as someone who changed something. Never as someone who was truly there. Everything you've waited for until now was actually just an excuse you found to keep waiting. What you're afraid of is not suffering. What you're afraid of is being seen. Because being seen means being responsible for what is seen. The person you're waiting to become is the person you're refusing to be. Right now, unprepared, flawed, without a signal. The reason you're not the main character is simple. You're waiting for a non-existent audience. You're waiting for an approval that will never come. You're waiting for a version of yourself that doesn't exist. That version does not exist. The only version that exists is the one who is scared, flawed, has something to say, and is reading this right now. You're not waiting. You're hiding. You're avoiding the responsibility of being seen. The responsibility of taking a step without knowing the outcome. The responsibility of appearing flawed. You've spent years preserving a non-existent image, and the world continued on without you. Look in the mirror. You are not the main character, not because you can't be, but because you choose not to be. Every day, with every silence, every moment you wait, you choose the audience over the stage. But there's another layer, deeper, about why silence feels safe, why being seen feels like a threat. This isn't about self-confidence. This is about something you learned very early. So early you don't even remember learning it, about your own voice, and whether that voice deserves to be heard. In the next video, we'll talk about this. What if you take the first step and the other person rejects you? But for now, know this, the possibility of rejection is the most clever excuse your brain has found to keep you waiting. And the moment you recognize that excuse, that's when the real choice begins. The question is not, how do I become the main character? The question is, how much longer are you going to stay in the audience?